Hello, everyone. So, joining after a number of weeks, I was not in a state of mind to do this YouTube videos because obviously I'm injured and that is taking a toll on me. I'm recovered. I've recovered to a great extent, but still, some bit of injury is giving me pain. I've started running, I've started biking also. I was doing swimming in any case. Anyway, so when I was thinking of doing this in the past few weeks, suddenly I thought, why don't I talk a little bit about my love of my life, which is trail running? And then I started thinking how I came into this space of trail running, what encouraged me, what are the joys of doing the trail running, etc., etc. So today I just talk a little bit about trail running, especially the ultra trail running business. There is a basic difference between the road running and the trail running. I think physiologically, trail running needs almost the whole body more than road running. Road running has one issue which I felt is a great sport. I came to I came to trail running from road running, but the biggest joy of trail running is completely different than the physiological part, and that I'll talk later. But right now, if I concentrate more on the physiological part of it, then in road running, you have a repetitive motion. The same set of muscle get activated in the same pattern because you are just doing a forward motion on a uh, plain terrain, which is unidirectional, and at times you take turn, at times you go up the hill, down the hill. But again, the hills are never being very challenging hill unless you are doing something like a satara where there is a little bit of challenge. um, Unlike that road running, in trail running, what happens is that your whole body get engaged from the very beginning because you are either climbing up, climbing down, going left, right. The terrain, you have to be extremely careful about the terrain, the the rocky surface, the muds, the river streams, um, the roots of the plants and the trees in and around, um, and the scenery changes. Right, every minute you will find different kind of situations. At times you are just crossing a river stream, then you are climbing a mountain. On top of the mountain, you see very beautiful uh, views of the area around. At times it's scorching heat sun, at times it's very cold, and you might get that throughout the race in the single race only. And that brings the extra challenge in that running, and which attracts me and which attracts um, trail runners across the globe. um, Also, what the non-physiological part or the philosophical part of it, that you come very close to nature, you understand nature, you understand how nature behaves, how something called nature, which a lot of people these days believe they can control, is completely non-controllable. I came to know a lot more about global warming when I started doing the trail runs. That's where the basic difference is. The other difference is that, and that's where I'm coming, the next is uh, how to prepare for the ultra trails. uh, all the famous trail runs across the globe, if I see, are typically ultras. This starts from a 55K or 50K or 50 miler, 100K, then a 100 mile, and today you even have 200 miles, 240 miles, and Cocodona right now it's 250 miles. I am typically not talking about the stage ultras. Stage ultras are different. That is a completely different ball game altogether. I'm typically talking about one shot races where like you're going for 200. So there are a lot of great races across the globe. In US, you have got there is a big three. Big three means you have to do three 200 miler, one after another in 3 different months. One is the Bigfoot, then is Tahoe, Ream, and then you do the Moab 240, which is a 240 miles. But above all, now you have got Cocodona, which is another 250 miler. So these are the real long distance, which you do in many number of days, maybe 2 days, 3 days, 4 days. People even take close to 5 days. Um, so, how do you prepare for this? First and foremost, you need to get used to the terrain. I think the distance is something which can be easily managed um, through a particular type of training. What you do acclimatize with the heat. You do acclimatize with the altitude. You do acclimatize yourself with the temperature. So those are the key things. You also need to understand how your body reacts when you do not sleep for say a couple of days. Then how the body reacts. Do you see hallucinations, etc., etc.? So there is a very deep. So typically a 200 miler or even a 100 miler needs at least 1.5 year of preparation. um, uh, mm, Also what happens is, during this preparation phase there are a lot of sacrifices what happens, and that's what I mentioned when I say what it takes from you, maybe a little bit of compromise on your professional life, because you are going through real tough training phases, and the training blocks went for 3 months of continuously running more than 120 kilometers a week. Not only that, you are going out during weekdays, maybe the complete weekend you are camping somewhere else, not in the city, outside in a trail environment where you are practicing all these things. It's not just running, it's not just climbing, it's not just adding volume on your races. It is also how you are tackling the heat, how you are tackling the nutrition, which is a very critically important aspect when it comes to ultra trail. You cannot just like that hit a ultra trail without having a plan on your nutrition, or that nutrition which you have not practiced well. I'm telling you, great runners, Courtney Dowater, in I think 2020 or 2021, she was doing the one of the very famous, hard rock 100 miler. She was very well prepared, doing exceedingly well, but she had to give it up around 60 miles, 62 miles, because her stomach was completely gave up. She could not eat anything. She was just throwing up everything closer home. And I'm not talking about a trail, a 100 miler run in the deserts of Rajasthan, the border 100. One of my dear friend, she was running last year, and at 120 kilometers, she just gave up because she was not been able to eat anything. So remember, these peoples uh, are quite an experienced trail runners, quite experienced ultra runners. Still, they are having a problem. So you need to really prepare well for those things. And another set of people who do sacrifice with you is your family. They really sacrifice. It's a Sunday, and you don't come home. You go out by 4 in the morning. You come home by around say 2:33 in the afternoon. Your Sunday is gone. You come back dog tired, aching whole body. You're burnt on the sun. So you want to just take rest. You don't want to then go out for a shopping or a dinner in the afternoon and have some party. So those things are completely out. You have to have a very regimented life. And when you are following a regimented life, your family also follows a very regimented life. And when I'm saying regimented life, it is a damn regimented life. You go to bed before 9, you get up every day by 4:30. You are having a very particular routine. Your food habits has to be very particular. So those are the challenges. But what you get is when you are on top of Mount Uchka, and you see Mediterranean on the right hand side, and it's so 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 beautiful. You that moment tells you that, yeah, it made sense. All those hard work of 1.5 years made sense. Trail runs give you amazing opportunity to travel the whole world, because a trail runner always look for newer places, newer terrain, because it's not just the run, it is the experience which you get, experience of traveling, experience of meeting new people, experience of new runners, experience of the new place, a new terrain, a new mountain, a new lake, a new, everything is new, everything is new. So those opportunities what you get. Last thing which I wanted to also talk about trail running is the trail running community. It is one of the most amazing communities I've ever come across. Even a guy like Scott Zurich, after winning a Western States 100 wet in the finishing line on the golden hour, which is the last hour, Western States cut off of 30 hours, is a 100 miler, the oldest 100 milers in the world. He went there, he congratulated each and everybody. And that's what trail runners is all about. Trail running is not about how much time you have finished. Hey, what is your timing? What is your timing? That's not trail running. Trail running, did you finish? Then you are a hero. Then you're a hero for everybody. Then you're a hero for your family. You're a hero for your friends. You are a hero for the guy who has won that race. And guess what? Even races like hard rock do not call the person who came first as a winner. They call the first male finisher, the first female finisher, the second male finisher, the second female finisher. You want to hear about camaraderie in trail running? In 2021, when our friend Francois, who's one of the greatest trail runners the world has ever produced, was preparing for Hard Rock 100, you know who helped him a lot? Jim Walmsley, one of his biggest competitors. Jim and Dakota, I think they are the two person who even paced Francois for the last 40 miles of that 100 miler. And guess what? Within couple of months, they're competing against each other in UTMB. So just because they're competing, and they don't belong to the same camp, right? Francois is a Solomon runner. Jim is a Hoka runner. But still, they didn't stop. The professionalism didn't stop them to help each other. I know Hayden Hawks told me last year how much Jim helped him for his Western States. Well, lesser mortal. Okay, they are professionals. I'm a very small time trail runner, right? What? I've done only 100 miler. When I went for UTMB and I was DNF and I was almost on my tears next day morning, when I met a lot of these high powered trail runners, all young kids, they are all great runners. Harry, Hayden, Dan Lawson. They were more concerned about me, and they were trying to tell me that even getting a DNF is not a bad thing. Maybe it's a good thing. So that's the friendship, that's the connectivity which you get among trail runners, which unfortunately I don't see these days among the road runners. Road running is more of what's the time you have finished. That's it. It begins there and there. Yeah, there are some old buddies still left, who create some kind of bonding. But the bonding which we get in trail running community is amazing, and that is it all about. Uh, at the end of the day, after the run, you sit together, chit chat, tell all the things went right, tell all the things went wrong, come back home, discuss with your family, and most of the family members of these trail runners are also their crew members, because they go to hell. Crewing is even more worse than doing that. Anyway, Great talking about. I become very emotional when I talk about trail running. Few of my good friends know this, and I just thought that why don't I, instead of talking heavy duty about some technicality of running, today I'll be talking more about trail running and the joy of trail running. I'll be extremely grateful if somebody comes back after watching this video within my friend or people who have subscribed to my channel, people who follow me. If they come back and ask me where to train and how to do it, if they can get an experience of trail running, I'll be more than happy to help them. That's it for today. Thank you very much for watching. Please connect with me, please subscribe to my channel, and press the bell icon in case you want to know what are the kind of stuff I'm loading into this channel. Thank you very much. Bye bye for today.